Just 3 more weeks of Awana Connect. Can you believe it? I can't. Time has gone by so fast. This week, Hallie and Sam are going to teach us about the armor of God. So check it out.
Hey, Hal.
Hey, Sam.
You look a little confused.
Yeah, I'm reading Ephesians 6, and Paul is talking about the armor of God.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really confused.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Well, I mean, okay, so he's talking here about the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, the shoes of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit. What does any of that even mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's interesting that Paul was writing at a time where, I mean, we're wearing these clothes, but they would have had guards and Roman soldiers back then.
Right.
So they would have been wearing. He would have seen people with full armor on, right?
Cool.
It's like my great grandfather Samuelo Rastino.
Oh.
He was a Roman soldier.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
I wonder what it would have looked like.
Huh.
Okay, so what does the belt of truth mean?
Well, they would have had to wear like a belt that would have gone around their waist to help, keep on all their clothes. And if they had to run, they could tuck their long skirt up into the belt to make sure that their feet could, they had enough room for their legs to move, to run into battle.
Oh, so when it says the belt of truth, it means that we need to have truth to keep everything together.
Yeah,
and always be honest and everything.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the breastplate of righteousness?
Well, the breastplate would have gone across her chest. Do you know what the important part in your chest is?
Your heart?
Your heart. You don't want that to get hit, right?
Right.
So you got to protect the important parts of who you are, right? So it would have gone across that area, so nothing would have pierced through and protect areas such as your heart and your lungs from attacks.
Okay, so it's kind of like how Satan kind of attacks our heart, and because we have the Holy Spirit in us, and that Jesus died on the cross, we can have that as our protection, and that God can keep us safe. Okay, cool. Yeah. So what about the shoes of peace?
Well, yeah, they would have worn, they would have had their sandals that they wore that they would have had all tied up and sturdy, so that way they would have carried, been able to run into battle. And 2 messengers, it talks about messengers would always have to have feet prepared to run, to take messages places, right?
So it's kind of like how we have to go and put on the right feet to share the gospel with others.
Yeah, exactly.
Put on those shoes.
Yeah, we need to be prepared and share it.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So what about the shield of faith? That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it does. And if you read further, it says that's going to quench the fiery darts of the wicked. Yeah? It's these flaming arrows. And so you imagine if you're running into battle and you're ready to attack, and all of a sudden the enemy is shooting these arrows at you with flames. How are you going to protect yourself from them? And they would be able to pull up their shield to protect from the flaming arrows that are going to hit them.
Cool. So it's just again, how Satan can attack us in that way, and we can have the shield
Yes.
of our faith strong in God.
Exactly. Faith in Jesus to
protect
protect us
Yeah,
from the attacks
cool.
of Satan.
Cool. Okay, so what about the helmet of salvation?
That's right. Well, again, what's important up here?
Your brain?
Your brain. You
Your
don't want to
mind.
get you don't want to get hit, right? So
Right.
so you're putting. They would have these helmets that were made out of this metal and this iron that would protect again in case a sword came and was going at your head. It would hopefully glance off and help protect you from being hit in this more important part of your brain, your mind.
Right. Okay, so it's kind of like how Satan will whisper lies to us and everything, but when we have this salvation that God has given us, protects us, protects our minds.
Yeah, we're being protected, right? In this important
Okay.
part, we're being renewed in our mind.
Right.
Having our mind thinking about God.
Huh, cool. Okay, so what about the sword of the Spirit?
Oh, yeah. Well, all those other things are defensive, right?
Right.
You're trying to protect yourself and being prepared with your shoes and your belt.
Okay.
But, we want to be able to not just stand there and get hit at.
Right.
In actual war, you're actually going to attack back.
Right.
So the sword would have been sharp, really sharp, to be able to cut through the enemy's defense and to be able to win victories in battles. Yeah.
Cool. So it's with the Spirit, that's the Holy Spirit, right?
Holy Spirit, yeah, that's right. We're looking to the Holy Spirit to help us to attack back and say, no, we're not going to be taken down by you, Satan, and all your people that you're using to attack us, we're going to attack back with the Holy Spirit.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that's why Paul's saying, he's like, make sure you're prepared and ready. You got all your armor and your gear on, your sword sharpened and ready to go, so that way you can be prepared for that battle, because we want to be able to stand against the devil and his tricks and his ways and all those minions that are trying to come against us spiritually, right? We're not putting on literal armor. It's like this idea of a spiritual armor, right? Cool. So we want to be prepared. Just like my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was prepared to go into battle.
Thanks, Hallie and Sam, for teaching us about the armor of God. It's really important that we put on the armor of God every day. Well, thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.